In August 2025, President Bola Tinubu approved a 6-month ban on raw shea nut export, and the goal was simple: stop selling raw materials abroad and start processing them locally. And Nigeria produces about 40% of the world's shea nuts, making it the largest producer globally. Yet, reports from Premium Times and the Associated Press show the country earns less than 1% of the $6.5 billion global share market. And of course, joining us for this conversation is Muyideen Giwa, the MD, Gisa Agro. Good morning to you, Muyideen, and thank you for being here with us this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Thank you for having me.
All right, welcome. So, looking at the bold step that the government has taken, or rather looking at the step that the government has taken, do you think that this is a bold step that Nigeria needs right now to grow its economy, or is it hurting the people at the bottom of the supply chain?
With the data you just shared, Nigeria producing about 40% of the global share now. You know, uh, that's a huge amount of volume. And even there are some statistics that point that 50% is what is being shared, what is being produced. It means that we're only shaking the tree, and other countries, people are benefiting from, what Nigeria is producing, because we cannot capture, significant volume from this 6.5 billion naira worth of market value. And this is just about value addition. It's all about branding. It's all about we trying to get the best out of it.
All right, Moyude. Now, of course, looking at the fact that we produce 40% basically, and we earn less than around 1%, what do you think are the factors responsible for this challenge that we face? I mean, earning 1%, while we produce 40% globally.
So while we are producing 40%, it means that we do not have the domestic processing facility to be able to process that huge volume. But we cannot keep going that route. We need to look at how we can expand all of these things. So, and it doesn't mean only the domestic processing should only come from Nigerians. It means that even those who are processing can come to Nigeria, more like the country you are exporting to can come to Nigeria, establish processing facilities, increase employment for people, let the farmers get the better value.
You've talked about growth, in the industry, but what evidences do you see, in processing hubs like the one in Kano, the one in Shagamo, that actually shows that there's a level of expansion in the shea nut industry?
I have the likes of, I know a few players in the part of UK, who are already even trying to export shea butter. They are doing it, but it's not at the large scale that you would expect. This was just announced 6 months back, August 2025, and we're trying to see, an immediate change. I'm sorry, it won't work that way. But you will get to see that when people don't have options again, I'm now getting to see that a lot of people are coming in to come and now put machineries in place to come and then look at the power. But the main issue, when you talk to investors, they get to be like, do you know how much money I'm going to spend on the power? So if it can be subsidized, if we can do something that it's not just about the taxation, but the real issue is we must see the benefit of the tax.
Just in one word or two, and what lessons, looking at the broader picture right now, what lessons do you think other, sectors or industries can actually learn from the policy, as it affects the shea nut industry right now, the policy that the presidency has brought on board? What lessons do you think other industries can learn from this policy? Just very quickly.
So we need to start thinking beyond now. We must get to see that we must always position ourselves to attract opportunities. For those who are always look at the company in Niger State. It has been the construction has been on for about 4 or 5 years, and it wasn't working until when this opportunity came. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came on board, and he saw that policy change, putting restrictions on the raw material, and now he's tapping into it. It just means that he'll continue to have all year round. So I think other sectors need to understand about positioning themselves for such kind of opportunity.
All right,
look beyond the immediate gain.